after a hefty fine and a brief stay in the Tower of London. While he had been dabbling with it on the side, Bacon was now free to pursue his passion for science full-time. He always let his scientific mind wander and wonder, always thinking up practical solutions that affected real people. Well, as fate would have it, one of his potential solutions became a real problem. While traveling in a snowstorm in 1626, Francis stared out into the icy conditions over yonder, pondering the practicality of snow for natural refrigeration purposes. You know, normal thoughts. He was then hit with an idea. Snow is cold and foodstuffs like meat usually last longer when cold, so could snow make meat cold for longer food life? It was worth a try. Francis then leapt from his carriage into the blustery blizzard and moseyed on up to a wobbly, withering woman holding a chicken. Chicky picky, chicky picky, chicky picky, chicky picky. Hello. Francis promptly stripped the chicken and proceeded to cram and jam fistfuls of snow into the gaping poultry hole to test his theory. Over the next several days, he would have his answer, but unbeknownst to him, the next several days were all he had left. Remember how he was pretty susceptible to the icky sickies when he was a wee lad? Well, that persisted into adulthood. So, all frigid and fragile, the immunocompromised Francis had succumbed to a cold, which quickly escalated to full-blown pneumonia. Bacon went belly up just a few days later. In his last flickers of life, he confirmed his experiment to be a success. Snow do make chicken cold. Hi, Ron. You don't have to be an expert to be an expert, something that Mr. Allan Pinkerton quickly found out as he became a prominent figure during the most tumultuous times in American history. Now, despite being remembered for his American antics, Pinkerton was actually Scottish. Oy. He was born in Glasgow, Scotland in 1819, but fled to the States in his young adulthood. With only a few low-poly coins in his pocket, he purchased a low-poly horse and wagon to set out and seek his fortune. Nay. Desperate for work, he took up a job as a cooper for a brewery in Chicago. Oh, what's a cooper? Well, it's someone who makes wooden casks and containers. Not very exciting, but with bills needing to be paid, he was kind of bent over a barrel. After a few years of building wooden cylinders, Pinkerton left the city to begin a humble life in the countryside. He built himself a cabin and started his own barrel-making business since that was his only skill. But one day while he was out whacking his wood, he saw something he shouldn't have. A band of counterfeiters were counterfeiting some counterfeit money, which is illegal. But instead of immediately running to the authorities, Pinkerton instead studied their movements and patterns, mapping out their entire operation. After a few weeks, he handed in his very detailed report over to the local sheriff. Son, I'm gonna level with you. This is beautiful.